Hey, we are so excited that you guys have hopped on our webinar.
Welcome to the webinar.
Susie, welcome everybody to the webinar.
I just said welcome to the webinar, Chris.
I thought maybe you might get a woohoo or something.
Oh, woohoo! Welcome to the webinar.
Listen, I want you guys to get a fresh cup of coffee. I want you to kind of...
Or a bottle of water.
Yeah.
You don't know they like coffee,
That's
Chris?
true. Get a pen and a piece of paper because we are about to tell you guys how we were able to make $13,496 in our first 90 days of Plexus without...
being spammy.
Or bugging our friends and family.
Because nobody wants to bug their friends and family.
This is a major thing that we're going to share with you guys. But hey, we feel so blessed in everything that we've done.
Yes.
Let's start just with a quick word of prayer.
Yes.
Dear Lord, we just thank you and ask that you guide us today as we start to share what we've learned and what we've been able to accomplish with Plexus and show other people that this could be just as much for them. But most importantly, we just want to give you all the glory for all of our success. And ask that you just let people be open-minded. And just thank you so much for blessing us. In Jesus' name we pray.
Amen.
Suze, you rocked that. Tell me, you got to do great on the prayer?
Good praying.
Hey,
good praying.
Listen, what I want you guys to do is I want to ask you a question real quick before we get started. I just want to be able to ask you, say, hey, if there was a way for you to build a simple online business doing nothing but helping people get healthy and posting on like Facebook, social media, Instagram. Yeah, is that something that you'd be interested in? Because
I would be interested in that for sure.
No doubt about it. So tell people, what's our goal here?
Our goal on this webinar, we're going to give you the cheat codes on how to build the business of your dreams and how to make the kind of money you want to make. It could be couple hundred extra bucks a month. It could be six figures. It's up to you.
So and part of our thing is we are just real normal people.
Well, I'm real normal.
Well,
some might argue about Chris being normal.
Listen, but what we have stumbled onto has literally changed our lives. And so
it has changed our lives in the best way possible.
We get so excited, right? And so the bottom line is you might be here to learn more about Plexus. You might want to lose weight, get healthy.
Everybody should want to get healthy.
Yeah, and that's awesome. But in order to create income, you just have to be able to spend some time working on this thing. I mean, it's not just going to happen by getting in, right?
But what's cool is you can work as little or as much as you want.
Yeah.
It's all up to you.
So here's what we want you to do, because this is typically the questions that you can ask yourself that will kind of define if this is something that might be for you. But we ask people, we say, what would your life look like if you were consistently bringing in an additional 1,000, 2,000,
even 5,000 a month extra?
And this is what you got to understand. We're not saying act like a car salesman or be some great salesperson or
be something that you're not, because I am not a salesperson.
Yeah.
Period.
And so what we're going to do is we're going to break down the exact blueprint of how you're able to do this literally in just a few minutes, right?
Yes, we are.
Okay, so now why should they stick around, Suze? Are you going to dance?
Dance, Susie. Being that I'm compared to Elaine off Seinfeld,
okay, don't dance.
I probably shouldn't dance.
Okay.
But at the end of this webinar, we're going to show you the exact Facebook post we use to ethically tell people about what we do with Plexus without sounding spammy or salesy,
right?
That has made us thousands of dollars.
Yeah, and so what people ask us, and we tell people constantly, they're like, well, what makes this different?
Well, right now, I can tell you there's nothing for sale here right
Okay,
now. You can put your wallets away.
Yeah, so what we're going to do, we don't want you to buy anything. That's the key, is as we tell you about our story and we start to share with you not only our success, but other people's success, we're not selling you anything. Okay,
this is literally just our story.
Yeah. So our story of financial freedom and how it literally can copy and paste our exact strategy and how to do the same thing for your family, right, Suze?
That's our biggest motivator, is we want everybody to have the life that we're able to live.
Yeah. Okay, so if you're like most couples, Suze, what you shared this part right here. What did we fight most about?
Well, crazily enough, we fought most of the time about money.
Okay,
definitely money,
definitely.
And definitely your health.
Definitely.
Because you were super unhealthy, Chris.
And so we totally know what it's like to live paycheck to paycheck.
Oh, yes, we do.
Constantly stressed out about bills. How are we going to pay for this? Are we going to have enough money for that? Heck, date nights, babysitters, family vacations. Those were things that were almost...
Well, we would take the family vacation, but then I would feel guilty the whole time because I knew that we were charging up credit cards.
Oh, yeah. Or it was like this. This is how we did the hotel. Yeah, because we have a family of 6. Okay,
yes.
So we would have one hotel room, and I'd say, how many rollaway beds do you guys have? Do you guys have some rollaway beds?
And
Because
then we
we're
would pack
all
up peanut
fitting.
butter and jelly.
Yes.
Like, let's say we're at the beach. We're taking some peanut butter and jelly to the
Yeah,
beach. There's
yeah.
no going to eat at fancy restaurants.
Right, so even the simple things like going to Starbucks or going to Target, those would usually escalate into like a massive fight.
Pretty
for
sure
us.
we had some pretty big fights about my trips to Target.
Yeah. So we want you to know that, like, we totally know what it's like. We've been where most people are, and really, it's why we're doing this webinar. I mean, like, we feel so blessed and so grateful. We love to show other people what we do, but most importantly, how we do it. And for the thousands of people on our team that we're currently helping, I mean, it's like we know everything we're about to discuss with you guys works. But it takes new people. It takes people such as yourself to apply the things that we teach you, right?
Exactly. Yes.
So, Suze, who are we?
Well, we are Chris and Susie McCall.
Okay, so clearly these shirts are messed up because we all know that I'm the boss.
Oh, yeah. He loves to tell himself that. But if you've been married for 25 years, we all know who the boss is.
Yes.
We live in Oklahoma. Actually, we live in Edmond, Oklahoma,
Yeah.
close to Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
We have 4 kids.
Yep. Almost 25 years.
Almost
Of
25.
married.
It'll be in January.
Yeah.
But we dated a year before that, so
We met in a class called Social Problems.
Yes, we truly
Does that
did.
help? Does that help? Yeah.
Truly did. We truly have a huge heart to help people become financially free the same way we have, because we have been definitely gone through some hard times, and we are now so filled with gratitude that we just want to pay it forward.
That's it. We literally are grateful, and so we're.
But I am the boss of him.
Oh yeah.
Just to clear that up.
Stick around. We'll talk about that. So let's talk about why in the world should you even listen to us? Do we even know what we're talking about? We have personally coached a lot of people to earn 6-figure incomes. A lot of people, and what we figured out is, all types can do this. You don't have to be a salesperson. You don't have to know a lot of people. These are people that are just normal like you and I, right? Right?
Once again, you're using that normal
Okay,
word.
Hey, listen, we've set growth records inside the company. We've been able to, they featured us in a Success from Home magazine that they did, where we were one of the things because we had great success. And Plexus has actually sent us all to different parts of the world to go teach people to do exactly what we're going to teach you guys to do.
Once again, we have been so grateful for, because it's been a huge blessing for us to get to talk to people and see the world.
Yeah, exactly. So we're going to just give you a glimpse. I want you to know why we're so grateful and why we're so passionate about teaching people this, because our story will kind of tell you, and it'll give you a glimpse as to why we're such lunatics about this whole thing. But we got married young.
Very young,
Yeah.
19 and 21.
Yeah.
Fun story, Chris actually stalked me for a while before we started dating.
There was a little stalking
just
going
wanted to throw
on. Just
that
a little
in there.
bit. But I would say that we had an entrepreneurial spirit.
Oh, yes,
I mean, like,
right off the bat.
yeah, we did not. The idea of going and sitting in like a cubby somewhere, a cubicle,
No, that doesn't.
that wasn't us. So
that
we had
doesn't-
tried other things. We had failed at other things. I think like most entrepreneurs do. But here's what I would tell you. We just never found wild success doing any of
No,
these
we
things.
didn't. We tried really hard,
Yeah.
too.
So enter the mortgage business.
Oh.
I felt like this was going to be.
And it was great for a while. It
Yeah.
was really great.
Matter of fact, if you had asked me during the good times of the mortgage business, I would have told you that my grandkids would show up and meet grandparents that had been in the mortgage business their whole life,
Yes.
blah, 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 blah.
Yes.
You know, typical story because things were good.
Yeah, we thought that was what we were going to do
Yeah.
forever. And actually, I was a stay-at-home mom and very happy being a stay-at-home
Yeah.
mom. Yes.
But what happened was the industry crashed. Things out of our control crashed.
It crashed with a capital C. And guess who was leading the
Well,
crash?
the McCalls went down in flames.
Actually,
here.
we held on too long is what happened.
Yeah, it's that true story. So I mean, imagine this. And this is the part of the story that is led us to try to reach people beyond just the people that we know. And the people that I'm suggesting to y'all is I will never forget the day we were in bankruptcy. We had
And foreclosure on our house.
Yeah, foreclosure on our house. And like this moment, I think really defined the pain, the level of, I'd never been there before, but there was a knock at our door. And I remember overhearing somebody answer the door. My 9-year-old son at the time answers the door, and he looks up, and I can hear this conversation as I'm walking to go see who was at the door. But they said to my son, who, remember, if you're a dad or if you're a mom, you shield.
Yeah, you shelter your kids from
Yeah,
the hard times.
They don't have to know the stresses of
No,
adulthood and things that go on.
shouldn't. Yeah.
But here there's a stranger at my door that's knocked on the door and said to my 9-year-old son, tell your parents to call me because I can show them how to save their house. Yeah. It was at that moment I had rage go through my body. I was so angry that she would subject my innocent little 9-year-old son to this stress. And of course, he has no idea. He goes off with his lunch pail and assumes everything's hunky-dory at the McCall house. But at that moment, I remember going, that is never going to happen again.
Right.
Ever. And so, like, don't you agree? Like,
oh, it was the worst.
Sometimes we joke. I would tell, now when I reflect back on that time, I would say things like, well, the McCalls must have some really good towing service. It's called quadruple A. Yeah, no. Those are repossession vehicles. And so I want you to know that we were there.
Listen, I will tell you this. It was a humbling time because never in a million years did I think that we could get there.
Yeah.
And here's what I want you to know. Maybe you've been there. Maybe you know somebody that's there right now. But we have something that can help them.
Yeah.
Like, that is our true, genuine hope, is that somebody will hear this and realize that what we have could be the answer.
Yeah, they could duplicate that. I mean, I truly believe that the Lord took us through those trials so we could be now helping people and pull people out of the depths of where we were.
Oh, for sure.
Like,
it honestly was the best thing that ever happened to us.
Yeah, and most people think we're nuts when we go, oh, no. What a great thing. You mean going broke was a great thing?
It really was.
It gave us a perspective. It gives us a gratitude now. So I felt like the Lord was like saying, you're doing this wrong. You don't base your success as a father, as a husband, based upon how much money you make. I want you to focus more on having a quality of life and freedom. And so that's obviously why we're here today. So here's when everything changed for us.
And this is crazy still to this day.
So, Susie, enter this little pink drink. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Right?
Yes.
Susie comes walking home and she's got this pink drink. She says, I'm going to start drinking this thing to help me quit my Diet Dr. Pepper.
My Diet Dr. Pepper. I had this Diet Dr. Pepper habit. It was so annoying because I wanted to quit. I knew all about the dangers of aspartame, but I was hopelessly addicted. I tried on and off for 4 years to quit my stupid habit and never had success. That's the only reason that I was willing to spend money to even try this crazy little pink drink.
And the only reason we're doing this webinar today, because it all started right there. So now, let me tell you, Susie had somebody that she trusted that told her she should take it. She didn't tell you a little bit about her background, but she's very healthy.
Yes.
Taught fitness classes, tried to help improve other people's lives health-wise. Me, okay? I started this simply to prove her wrong. Yes,
because there I was trying to be healthy and teaching fitness classes and running marathons, and I lived with the biggest health hater in the world.
Well, here's what I would do. When you're married, I would drive her crazy. I would take a Big Mac and dip it in butter just to make her cringe.
If I was going to run a marathon, he was going to sit on the couch for 26 hours straight.
Now,
never did he come to one class. He
also
told me,
I'm going for a record here. I'm sitting still for a record.
He also told me, Susie, God did not make me like you. I will never exercise on purpose.
If I am running, something is chasing me.
Yes,
like for real.
So annoying.
But here's what you got to know. The joke was on me. The products were working. I lost 36 pounds in less than 90 days. I started sleeping like a teenager.
And y'all, you have to know, he was on medication to help him sleep, but he still didn't sleep, even with all the medication that we tried.
It would knock me out, then I'd wake up resting my pillows the rest of the night. So
terrible.
So we would literally, antacid medicine, I had great energy. I started exercising. It was literally...
Did you tell him you were off blood pressure medication?
I did, yeah. I did, if I didn't, but I did get off blood pressure medicine. I've been on since I was like...
And more importantly, here's what you have to know. It changed him as a person. Like, all of a sudden, he was interested in eating healthy. He had energy to exercise.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't believe what I was seeing.
Yeah.
And I started telling a lot of people.
Yeah, so that's what I want you to know. This was an accidental business for us.
Totally accidental.
We actually owned a fishing company here in Oklahoma at the time. We had gotten through our brokedom.
Brokenness. Yes.
And we were going to make a living. We were never going to be wealthy, and I was fine with that. That was one of those things where we just thought, we'll just... have a better quality of life. But we weren't looking to build a business. We literally signed up to get our products as inexpensively as possible.
Women, if you're on this, you're probably like me. You want the best deal. You want to use a coupon, or you want wholesale. That was me. That is me.
Yes.
I still love a good deal. And so, of course, I chose the wholesale cost.
Yeah. So now, let me tell you when things change. Remember, people are asking us, how should I get some of this? And we told them how to get it, and they'd go order it. Well, we kept getting these emails.
I did quit Diet Dr. Pepper in 2 days, by the way.
Yeah.
So
the products worked.
And I've had a lot of other amazing health testimonies, but that I didn't even know that I needed. Okay, go
Yeah.
ahead.
So a month later, this is when things changed. I'll never forget this ever. Susie and I were standing at our mailbox, and on the way to the mailbox, we're kind of talking. You go, I think, because other friends of ours had said that they had gotten a check or something. They were asking us, remember?
Well, I had already told him. I said, I think that we might be making some money.
Yeah.
And he laughed
Nobody
at me.
makes money in those things.
That's what he said. And I was like, okay, well, I think
So literally, we're standing at our mailbox, and I rip open our first check from Plexus, and I glance down at it, and I look, and I see, my mouth drops. I can't describe it. It's real money. $4,208.56, and I looked at Susie, and I go, oh my gosh. I think we've done something illegal.
He actually was blaming me.
Yeah, then I go, you got us in some scheme or something,
yes,
remember?
That's what he said.
And so I instantly called my attorney buddy and I said, listen, I truly believe that Susie has gotten us into something now, and I need you to look into this company called Plexus Worldwide. And he does, and he calls me back like a short while later, and he goes, hey, they're backed by Morgan Stanley. They have an A+ rating for the Better Business Bureau. He goes, hey, sign me up because I'm going to lose about 25 pounds. Like, that was our introduction as to what Plexus was. So we started realizing real quick. I mean, don't you agree that it was like just a quick snapshot, okay? When we realized that we had stumbled onto this life-changing opportunity, I started learning more about the company. It was a debt-free company. They've been featured in Inc. magazine 2 different times as one of the top 5,000 companies in the United States.
Featured in Success magazine twice, and the fastest-growing company 2 years in a row.
A row, right? Yeah. So I mean, it really is nuts. Now, let's talk about life-changing type income, okay?
Life-changing.
Like, we were not even trying it. So I remember looking at Susan, I go, well, what if we did more of this?
What if we figured out what we just did to get paid?
Yeah, that's kind of how it started. So within like 90 days, we'd made over $13,000. Here I am. Remember, I've lost 36 pounds. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And Susie,
that was great enough all on its own. I've kicked my Diet Dr. Pepper habit. I'm having all these amazing health results that I didn't even know I needed.
Yeah. So I would tell you this. Here's what I want you to learn. As we start to share our story, we continue to tell our story. Think to yourself right now, like, how does this apply to you?
Right.
Okay, we don't know you, right? You're on here watching this webinar, but here's what we have learned. Anybody can do this.
Anybody
Don't you
can
agree?
do this. It doesn't take a certain personality type. It doesn't matter how old you are, how young you are. Well, you have to be 18.
Yeah.
You don't have to be college educated.
Don't have to have good credit. Nothing.
Shoot, you could be in prison.
Yeah.
But that might be a whole nother webinar.
Yeah, we'll do another one on that. Okay. Lights out, number 12.
We have college students. We have retired people. Like, it is literally for anybody and everybody. You can make a couple $100 a month, or you can go all in and make 6 figures.
Yeah.
We went all in very quickly. Here's what you have to know. Not to make money, but because we fell in love with the products and we saw the power of the products and what they were doing for us and those that we love.
Yeah, and so like literally what we now know is that the rewards that you get with Plexus are equal and they're proportionate to the amount of effort and time that you put into it. Don't you agree?
Exactly.
Okay.
You can make as little or as much as you want.
So I'm going to give you some examples. These are our friends. These are people that we have partnered with and that we have taught. We'll give you just a quick couple examples. You talk about Christine.
Christine Weir, one of my favorite people. She was a former kindergarten teacher in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma for 19 years. She's a Diamond Ambassador with Plexus.
Yeah.
She has taken her love of teaching and now applied it to this business. And I think she replaced her teaching income within 6 months or something insane.
I remember she was post on Facebook going, I can't believe this.
She couldn't believe it.
So, hey, I went to high school with Leslie Reichert. This is Leslie and Fred Reichert. Leslie actually retired from like a 10-year mortgage career. And they're both Emerald Ambassadors with our company.
Never thought she could be a stay-at-home mom. And fun fact, she's now gone on to have her 3rd baby after joining Plexus, and she's a stay-at-home mom to all 3 of her children now.
So this is Eric Paul. Matter of fact, this is Eric and Amy Paul.
Yes.
They're both Diamond Ambassadors. These have become dear friends of ours.
Some of our favorite people.
Yeah, and so Eric was just, trying to make a living. He was a car salesman. Paused long enough to see that Plexus was different in so many different ways. Suze.
Jordan Reynolds. We've known Jordan since she was 8 years old.
College student. Look at this smile.
College student. She's just killing it with her Plexus business.
Yeah.
And you know what? She loves to help people.
Yeah, I'll never forget. Her dad called me one day and said, "Hey, I've seen Jordan's Plexus check. Should she quit college?" Okay, and you talk about putting a lot of pressure on me. I said, of course. I go, well, yeah. No, I didn't say that, but I was thinking it. Eventually, she'll tell you she did not quit. That she did retire.
She will tell you she retired from college.
Now
really.
we have a group of this dear friend right here. We call ourselves the Triangle.
The Triangle.
This is Mandy Richardson. She used to bake bread in her kitchen every week to make extra income. Right?
Homeschooling mom, bakes bread. Her
loves the Lord like crazy.
Husband's in law enforcement, and she's completely changed their lives by doing Plexus and completely changed the lives of I don't know how many people.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
For helping them to get healthier, for helping them to earn an income. It's amazing.
So this is some dear friends of ours. This is Pastor Kyle and Cassie Rainey.
Yes.
Hey, I'll never forget. We had a conversation, like a strategy call with Kyle Rainey. He said, I want to be able to devote all of my attention and time to my church without charging them a nickel.
Well, and at the time, he was having to work an extra job to pay their bills. So he was a pastor and then it was in the ministry also. But he was never home with their kids.
Yeah.
And they have 9 kids.
Yeah, and they adopted, right?
They've adopted,
amazing
adopted
people.
And natural. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but they're both Emerald ambassadors. They both make 6-figure income. So together, it's given them freedom to pursue passions
pure hearts of gold.
Allie Keats, a former corporate mom. I mean, we could do this all day. You realize that,
stay-at-home mom, does Plexus. She's amazing.
Just amazing. Emily Roberts, Diamond Ambassador. Same deal. Used to be a nurse. Her husband was in the military Marine. I mean, just
thank you for your service.
Yes, the coolest people ever. They just bought their dream house because they paused long enough to see that this was real. Susan, Missy Rust,
one of our dear friends. Her son played baseball with our son, and whoever would have thought that we would be talking about this pink drink years later. But she worked in the corporate world and was able to retire 20 years early.
Well,
she's now so excited for the last couple of years. She's been able to be a stay-at-home mom to her teenage boys that she was never able to be a stay-at-home mom. Hearing her now, it's so fun to listen to her because she doesn't take one moment for granted.
Nothing. Janet Huntman. What's funny is here's another 6-figure earner with Plexus.
Yeah.
Accidental business.
Totally. She just needed to lose some weight.
Yeah, that's right. That's how this thing typically works. So these stories, I don't want to.
Patty Helzer, she's a missionary. She's got a pure heart. Like one of the things about everybody that we're showing you, we all have hearts to help others.
That's it.
And that is our goal. And whether it's the helping with the products to get people healthier and living a better quality of life, which pretty much everybody needs.
Yeah.
Or it's or both, helping with the financial picture, giving them extra margin, creating a life that they never could have imagined.
Yeah.
We all have that same heart.
Yep. Wendy Bershey, another
one of our favorites.
Married to a pastor, lives in Moore, Oklahoma.
Former
good friend
nurse.
of ours. Yeah.
She came to Plexus to get healthy because I don't know if you know, but nurses are probably they spend the least amount of time taking care of themselves because they are so focused on caring for others.
Yeah, and she is wildly successful. So I guess we could show you story after story after story after story.
And it's so fun.
Yeah, but here's what I want you to picture. I want you to imagine us describing your story.
Yes.
You're on our next webinar. The next slide was going to be you.
Yes.
And that's what we're trying to get people to understand is that the Plexus is the vehicle for so many families achieving financial freedom and time freedom, and I would say living a life of dreams. We wake up every day going, is this really our life?
Every day we're full of gratitude. And I have to tell you, yes, the financial freedom is awesome, but time freedom, you can't get time back. You can't get time with your little ones back. Take it from us. Our older 2 children are now 22 and 20.
Yeah.
And it goes by quickly.
Yeah. And we always say, now we jokingly say, we are psychologically unemployable.
We are.
We could not go to ever.
We like to do what we want, when we want, how we want, and where we want.
Yeah. So,
and probably in our workout clothes.
Yeah, exactly. So I think I would ask yourself, if all this did was it got you unstuck and out of debt, would it be worth it?
And what if all this did was help you lose a little weight and get healthier? Would it be worth it?
Yeah, and same thing holds true. What if it gave you a little margin each month? I mean, just I want you to know that this is for anybody.
What if it allowed you to be a stay-at-home mom with your kids or stay-at-home dad? We have those too.
Yeah.
Would it be worth it?
Yeah, and what if it gave you the freedom to quit a crappy job? Something you didn't like, something you didn't want to pour more time in. And matter of fact, like the mortgage industry did to us, what if you show up and they just close the doors? And you're going, well, I've worked here for so long. Well, they're building their own dream. Let's teach you how to build yours. Don't you agree?
I think it would be worth it.
I do too. So if you want to change your life, here's what I want you to know. This webinar was an answer to prayer for us.
Yes, it was. I prayed, listen, y'all, I prayed for years. I prayed that Chris would want to be healthy, and I prayed for a way to finally be financially free.
Yep.
And honestly, the Lord delivered it with this opportunity right here.
Yep.
And it was the best. In one little opportunity, answered both prayers, and it was such a surprise and such a blessing.
So what if this is true for you? Like, in other words, this webinar is your answer to prayer. Sometimes I tell the joke, but my dad used to tell me this joke all the time. He was like, he would talk about an area that was flooded, and there's a guy on top of his roof, and he sit there, and a boat pulls up next to him, and he says, hurry, get in the boat. And the guy says, no, the Lord will come for me. And then a couple minutes later, a helicopter drives by with a ladder, and he says, here, get on the helicopter. And the guy says, no. He says, the Lord's going to save me. Another boat, same thing. And finally the guy drowns. And he's in heaven, and he goes, Lord, I had such faith in you. He says, I thought you were going to save me. He says, my goodness, what do you want me to do? I sent you 2 boats and a helicopter, right? What if that is this for you? What if with us, the right coaches, you could make enough income to get out of debt, pay off your student loans, stop living paycheck to paycheck, and become that stay-at-home mom, right?
I think it would be worth it.
Don't you?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so now you've got a decision to make.
Option number 1, you can keep doing what you're doing and keep getting the same results.
How is that working?
And the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over, but expecting different results.
Yeah, so option 2 is this. You can take a leap of faith. Make a small time investment into your marriage, your family, and your future, and schedule a strategy call with us. I want you to hear something. This strategy call is going to be based upon you guys telling us where you're at, what you're doing, and then we're going to be able to decide.
What's your goal?
Yeah, right. That is so important. But you really do have a decision to make. Either you just keep doing it that way, or you make a decision to have a strategy call and see how this could work for you and your family, right?
Right.
Don't you
Over
agree?
the next 5 days,
Okay.
we have set aside some time to talk with you personally to see if we can help.
Now, notice we said see if we can help, okay? We have helped thousands of people. But I want to
are continuing to help thousands.
That's exactly right. But I want to make sure that you guys understand that we're going to listen to the things that you guys do. We'll talk for about 15 minutes, and we'll map out an action plan, okay? What are you going to do? So you can follow it, and you can start making passive income for your family. This call will probably be at the most valuable 15 minutes you spend working on your future this year. And we're talking about just a quick 15-minute call. So, Suze, how do they register for a strategy call?
Well, you register by going to www.pinkchris.com/apply.
Yep. And then together what we're going to do is we're going to dive into your situation. We'll kind of learn about who you are as people. I think we like to talk about making Plexus and making what we do fit to who you are.
Exactly.
Not just like turn you into something that you're not. I mean, every background, the things we talked about earlier, but I want to know what your income goals are. I want to be able to have some clarity on how to reach those goals as fast as possible. And then we'll talk about the strategy as to how.
I just want to say that one of the biggest things for us since we started Plexus is that we want to be authentic to who we are.
Yes.
And we never want to change who we are. And we've been able to do that with this company and the freedom that we have. And that's a priceless benefit, I do think.
Yeah. So why are we doing this? If you want us to personally work with you to get to your income goals, and if we think it's a good fit, we might invite you to become one of the new team members we take on. Now, there's only so many hours in a day. There's only so many minutes in an hour. We have to be able to be selective about the people that we help and that the people that we invest in, because ultimately we have a track record of success. We want to set you guys up for success.
Exactly.
So go ahead, Suze.
If that's the case, we'll walk you through what it would look like and take you through an overview of Plexus that's designed to get you to passive income with maximum time freedom.
Yeah,
we expect new team members to be generating revenue within 30 days. And that back to that time freedom, that's the one that I promise you is so important and so worth it.
It literally is. So if you go to thepinkchris.com/apply, I want you to know something right now when you're watching this. We have pushed a lot of people to this webinar. When I say pushed, we have shown you are obviously on this webinar, so we have a lot of people that are doing it. When I said a second ago, we only have so much time, our schedule can only handle 18 strategy sessions over the next 5 days. So like if you see a window in there, you need to grab one of those spots because we will be able to get you started ASAP. But I want you to know, this is on you. Okay, we've given you have to have enough trust to say, I'll at least hop on a strategy call and we'll go from there. So don't miss your free session. I mean, it doesn't cost anything. You're not going to, it's the same thing. I just want you to know that we'll be on the call for about 15 minutes to be able to go from there. So remember I told you at the beginning, I would tell you the Facebook post that we used that created the success that we've had, and this is a very simple idea of what this looks like, but do you know anyone who would be interested in earning additional income by posting on Facebook? Okay.
Pretty much everybody says, yes.
Yeah. So just know that is what you can do. So look, we appreciate you guys sticking around. We know you have a 1,000 things going on and a million things to do, but we cannot wait to talk to you on the strategy session.
And just because I can't ever let Chris have the final word. I just want to tell you, from our hearts, this has changed everything for us. This has changed our quality of life. We love life. We love helping people. We have meaning to our days. We have a passion for this.
Yeah.
So we just want you to know, be open-minded. What if this could change everything for you too?
Yep. Awesome. Hey, thanks for joining us today.
Bye.
See y'all. They had just posted we had 150 first time coming out in the last 6 weeks using this framework.